who inspires you, or what inspires you, or where do you get your inspiration from?
So I'm really privileged to be around a lot of very successful people, both socially and in my day-to-day business life. And so I find inspiration in watching those people and trying to understand what it is that they've done that's better than I do. I think, we always feel like we don't achieve enough. That's my sense of on a full-time basis. I always feel like I haven't done enough. I haven't, grown enough. I haven't, I don't know, whatever the measurement you might use, whether it's monetary, whether it's people, whether it's stature, standing, call it what you will. I think there's always a large degree of self-doubt. And so that's, something that is difficult to, it's difficult to get over, but I do find inspiration in people who have achieved a lot and trying to understand what it is about them that means that they can achieve a lot. And that's where I get my motivation from.
Just on that, those people, have you noticed that they have a common belief? Those successful people that you're around, is there a pattern that they all seem to think the same belief or have the same courage? What would you say it was?
I think probably the two things that I find is very common in them, and is the ability to take risk. And I think that's I think a lot of us find it difficult to take risk. And as you get older, it gets more difficult because you have more to lose, right? Again, I say to my children often, when you're in the beginning of your career, follow your heart and do some whatever makes you exciting, because it might be great or it might not be. But if it's not great, you haven't got a mortgage to pay. You haven't got, it's okay. Things will work themselves out. I haven't got a family to support. So I think, taking risk is something that a lot of good leaders, I think, are good at taking risk and following their passion, having belief in themselves or their business. The other thing is, and this is going to sound very dull, they all work bloody hard. And I think, there really is very little to replace that. You don't have to work very hard forever. Hopefully you don't, because you don't have the energy later on. But the ability to not worry about how many hours have I done this week, or what is it? That drive to be to work. Almost all of the people, really successful people, have all at some point had to work really, really hard.
And I think the thing you said right at the beginning of that, about they follow their passion and have self-belief in it, encourage to take the risk. I think when your passion is your work, it doesn't feel like work. So the willingness to put so much effort into it and time into it doesn't feel like hard work. And I think getting that first bit right that you said, which is follow your heart and do what you love.
Yeah.
Then the next bit that is a vital ingredient is the hard work.
Yeah.
Isn't?
Well, you're a great example of that. I think I always find you're a really good example of that. You sort of found your passion and you followed it, and my goodness, you've worked hard at following it. And it's not. You'll know better than most of us that it's not an easy road. There are many, many downs in that, but you've always been positive and driven and hardworking. I think that stood you in very good stead.